It's Atlanta's #1 hip-hop station, Hot 107.9 and home for the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. Of course, you know it's your folk, Be High. Radio, shouted, stepping in the building. I got a new face in R&B in this thing. M. Marshall, what's good with it, my dog?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I mean, I'm feeling good, feeling great, M, but I had a chance to marinate on some of this music, boy, and you over here bringing it, my dog.
I appreciate it, man. I think I'm giving away a lot of game for $10, man.
Give me $10.99. I ain't mad at that at all.
Giving away a lot of game.
The first song, though, man, let's get straight to it. That changes. I mean, I saw the video. The video was slick. I mean, the song, was pure. Talk to me about that banger right there, man.
Man, honestly, shout out to Cricket
for
the video. Man, I was actually driving to L.A., and I was having an argument with my girl.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So, literally, when I got there, I bought a bottle for the studio. Was like, okay, what y'all got? And they just throwing some beats, and I said, man, shout out to Mike and Keys too, and Reese. They throwing a beat. I was like, okay, nobody move. I got it. And then I went in the booth, and man, I don't think I wrote one word down. I just.
So that's how you felt?
Yeah, that was what I was on.
Talk to me about coming off the top of your head with the R&B though, man, because see, I ain't never heard about that move before.
Well, what it is like. I know me personally, when I sit and write songs, I can get too important, self-indulgent, and the song is so precious and everything got to be perfect. Nah, when I step in front of the mic, and I like the boot dark.
Yeah.
When I step in front of the mic, I'm liable to just say anything because it's how I feel. And honestly, it ends up being a better song because I'm not, cooking something up and trying to serve it and make it look perfect. I'm like, yo, this is A, B, and C. That is what it is.
You ain't never lied. Now, I mean, the album, Who I Want to Be. Talk to me about putting that project together.
It started. It's crazy because shout out to my little bro Brandon Marshall.
Yeah,
linebacker for the Denver Broncos.
Okay.
The project originally, Brandon, I didn't realize he was such a music head. But he said, man, why don't you do an EP? So when we started Valley View, started out as a 5-song EP. And Brandon called me back one day with Rain on the phone, and he was like, man, I'm not going to stop all this momentum. I was like, what you mean? He was like, I think we should just do a whole album. And I was like, man, that's going to be a whole lot of money. And he was like, that's the real response he gave me. I started laughing, and I said, okay, let's go to L.A. I'm going to go back in with Yanni. And, man, Who I Want to Be, That's how the album came about.
I mean, bangers like Love You Better, though, man. I mean, because that thing is jamming. Also, sir.
Love You Better, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I got tired of on the album I talk a lot of, is how I feel at the time.
Come on.
But I said, let me do a up-tempo record today, but with something more positive, more, Actually, man, Love You Better was for the ladies.
Exactly.
I ain't even gonna lie to you and be like, yeah, I wanted to be positive and happy that day. No, love You Better is for the ladies. That's my up-tempo joint for the ladies, man.
I can definitely dig that. Now, I mean, from what I understand, you coming out of Vegas with it, man?
Yeah, Las Vegas, born and raised.
Talk to me about that, man, because see, I ain't never met nobody that was born and raised in Vegas.
Oh, we do exist, and it's a lot of us.
Yeah, what was that like coming up?
Man, I liken it to New Yorkers and the Statue of Liberty. You know, you got the Strip. That's what all y'all know, the visitors. But, man, off the Strip, that's where we are. That's where the culture is. Man, the Moulin Rouge was less than 5 miles away from where I grew up, the house that me and Brandon grew up in. And yes, the Moulin Rouge, don't be fooled, that was a black establishment.
Yeah.
So seeing that, actually getting to walk by it before it went to the ground, and then walking in these casinos and seeing all these great entertainers like Frank, and pictures of Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis Jr., I'm like, man, this is the city. It's a lot of talent in Vegas. It's incredible.
Talk to me about where you first found your love for the music, though, man.
After I stepped away from it, I tried to play sports a lot longer than I should have, and I ended up separating my shoulder.
For real?
Yeah, I was one of the smaller guys on the team, so I had to hit you just because. And when everybody kept growing and I stopped growing, my shoulder was like, yeah, just because. So I stepped away from music, and man, I had a chance to miss it. Missing it, you know. When I got back, I was like, okay, God, I think this what I'm supposed to do, huh? And then I got confirmation when Brandon hit me up about Valley View.
Now, talk to me about you and your brother, man, getting together and cranking up the label together, though.
Man, he's a blessing. That's you know, I want to hit him in the head some days. Most days, though, man, that's my hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of times you hear people, they don't get to grow up with their hero, man. When I say nobody grinds harder, he grinds harder than anybody I know.
Yeah.
Trust me, I've worked out with him. It's real. So, honestly, Valley View, I was losing jobs. I was a social worker. I had a real good job for the state. I got fired from that job for going to the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, after this was before Brandon signed his new deal. He said, man, I know what you need. He said, I'm living my dream. I want you to live your dream too. I was like, well, what you mean? He was like, Valley View. And we were talking about it when we were kids.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, if you really ready to step off into it, because I was doing music prior to that. He said, yeah, I'm in it. So we shook hands and we signed the actual agreement between us two about 2 months later, because we were both like, man, that's my brother. Ain't nobody, man, that's my brother. That's my brother. Yeah. But family and no family, no matter what, you always want to have your business right.
That's right.
And you can take care of your people in your business.
Come on.
Our contract is incredible.
Yeah.
So it's doing it right, and it's taking care of your family. That's what Valley View is.
That's right.
I'm just taking care of my family.
What was it like when you looked up and you saw your brother living his dream? How did that inspire you to get with what you doing right now?
Man, I was there the moment he got drafted.
Yeah.
It just, every opportunity that he's had in the NFL, he capitalized on it. He went from being a fifth-round draft pick to being cut by the worst team in the NFL twice in the same week.
Ooh.
Believed in himself, went to Denver, worked his way from the practice squad when they get paid $50,000 a year to grinding, staying in a weekly hotel.
Yeah.
Now to a $20 million contract, 5,000 square foot house, Valley View Entertainment, and other things coming down the pipeline. The Marshall Williams Foundation, CARES Foundation. That's why every time I get a chance to sing, every time I get a chance to write, every time I get a chance to vocal produce for somebody or whatever, I'm going for it. Exactly. Because if not, what I'm doing it for?
Come on now. I mean, now what is it that you want to bring to the game, though, M?
Let's just start with real singing.
Yeah. And see, I noticed that when I was listening to the music, and that's what kind of brought me in. When I heard that changes, I said, man, this man is in here singing. It ain't no auto-tune and trying to figure it out. It was like you was in that booth getting busy.
That stuff has its place, but I mean, when I grew up singing in church where you had to sing, wasn't no auto-tune. Sometimes, you know, wherever you went, sometimes wouldn't even be a microphone, you know. But I know that personally, if I don't have none of this equipment, if I got just a mic and an amp, I'm gonna go out and be able to do what I do, because I pounded on my craft for years, learning how to do what I do so well that I don't need all that. But when I'm feeling like it, man, we can go there.
Yeah.
You know, but I want to first be able to sing. And can't nobody take that away from me. I don't need nobody else, because I know how to sing.
That's right.
So that's what I wanted to.
Another banger off that album, though, man. That No Ho. Talk to me about it. Talk to
No
me.
Ho.
Yeah.
I recorded most of the album in North Hollywood.
Yeah.
And my co-writer came in one day, and he was going through something in a relationship, and he felt like another girl was trying to use him. And I said, man, that's funny. My brother was telling me about that, and I was looking at some things that was going on Instagram. I said, okay, this must be what the song is about today. And when I tell you, we went in there and just went off. Ooh. And respectfully, but we was telling the truth. Like, no ho. No. Like, that's real.
Exactly.
Ain't this a, yeah. That's all I'm going to do, is tell the truth.
Talk to me about some of your inspirations, though, man. I mean, where do you find your inspiration before you get in that booth and crank it up?
Life. I normally don't like to go to the studio in the morning, like 9, 10 in the morning, 8 in the morning, because man, I ain't even gather my thoughts for the day. You know, I try to call my sons in the morning, but I ain't had a chance to. You know, I'm boring.
Yeah.
So I'll studio session about 7 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'll go in there thinking about what happened throughout the day or feeling some kind of way, and I just make a song honestly based off of how I'm feeling, unless I make a business decision to do something in a specific way.
That's right.
But man, life inspires me. I write about things I've seen. I write about things I've gone through. I'm writing about things that I like to see.
Yeah.
I'm writing about you and your life, you know, without even having met you.
Now, what are some of the songs that people need to be digging into when they go online right now trying to figure out what's going on with M. Marshall? What songs do you want to direct them folks directly to?
Love You Better. Love You Better. Because everybody hears the tempo and the beat, and they think it's gonna be about action. They think it's gonna be about one thing, but nah. Like I said, I'm giving you a lot of game in that one for 99 cents.
Come on now.
I might help you get your girl back, dog.
Talk to him. Now, lastly, what else do you need to get off your chest? What else do we need to be looking out for, man?
The Love You Better video, man. I'm down here. I came down here to shoot the video and to do this interview with you, man. That video is coming soon.
Okay.
I'm shooting it at the end of the week.
Okay.
So look out for the single.
I can definitely dig that, man.
Yes, sir.
How can folks contact you?
Official M. Marshall on all social media, and Mr. Marcus Marshall at gmail.com. Official M. Marshall at gmail.com. Holla at me. I'll holla back.
Already. M.
I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you coming through this thing,
Yes,
my dog.
sir.
Wish you nothing but the best and much success.
Thank you.
No problem. Be High Radio, shout it. It's Hot 107.9, man. Let's go.